Recent research warns us that improper handling or storage can silently contaminate nuts and dried seeds with invisible mold, producing aflatoxins, a hidden carcinogen that silently damages the liver. For adults over 60 whose liver detoxification function has naturally declined, these hidden toxins can be especially dangerous. Just a handful of innocents, day after day, can unwittingly put your liver under constant attack, slowly pushing you toward the health battles you fear most. That's why today we're going to lift the veil on secrecy. We'll explore how the simple habit of enjoying nuts, if done improperly, can silently increase your risk of acute liver damage or liver cancer. More importantly, we'll show you exactly how to protect yourself and still safely enjoy these nutritious snacks. Let's start with the surprising fact that most adults have never heard about aflatoxins. 1. You might wonder, can something as simple as eating a handful of nuts really damage my liver? Let me help you figure this out. The real problem isn't the nuts themselves, but what's growing on them: aflatoxins. These invisible mycotoxins, produced by fungi that thrive in warm, moist storage conditions, pose a serious risk to your liver, especially as you age and your body's ability to detoxify them declines. Have you ever felt unexplained fatigue or mild nausea after regularly indulging in your favorite nuts? These can be subtle warning signs that your liver is silently fighting against aflatoxins. Without intervention, continued exposure can lead to chronic hepatitis, or worse, gradually set the stage for liver cancer, often without obvious symptoms until it's too late. Again, nuts aren't the enemy here. It's improper storage or contamination that can cause damage in the background. Many older adults skip simple safety checks, like checking nuts for mold, discoloration, or an odd odor. Choosing reputable brands, discarding suspicious-looking nuts, and storing them properly can significantly reduce these potential dangers. If you're surprised or concerned about this potential hazard, please comment 1 below. Make these simple adjustments now so you can continue to enjoy nuts safely while protecting your health. 2. Hidden danger in packaged nuts. Are yours really safe? That certainly seems reasonable. However, here's one aspect you may not have considered. Even nuts packaged by big, reputable brands aren't always completely free of hidden risks. Recent studies have shown that aflatoxins, those invisible mycotoxins we've discussed, can contaminate nuts even in professionally sealed packaging. Poor handling conditions during shipping or storage, such as exposure to high humidity and heat, can silently encourage the growth of molds like Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus. For older adults, whose livers naturally decline with age, these invisible mycotoxins pose a much higher risk. Aflatoxins can silently cause inflammation and fibrosis of liver cells, gradually reducing liver function without any obvious signs at first. Imagine feeling mild bloating, mild indigestion, or unexplained weight changes symptoms that are easily mistaken for minor digestive issues, but could potentially indicate slow, insidious liver damage from aflatoxins. Here's an important reminder. Just because the packaging looks perfect doesn't mean it's safe. Even small, initially unnoticed contamination can lead to long-term health consequences for older adults. But the good news? You can minimize this risk by simply switching brands. Always double-checking packaging dates and immediately discarding any nuts that taste strange or look discolored. If you've ever trusted packaged nuts without a second thought, comment 2 below. Let's start paying closer attention today so you can safely enjoy nuts without compromising your liver health. I know hearing about hidden dangers in packaged nuts might leave you feeling uneasy or even worried. But please, don't let fear take away the simple joy of enjoying your favorite snacks. Because there's good news. Protecting yourself is easier than you think. In fact, let me share with you the stories of 2 real-life seniors, Richard and Frank. One small difference in their daily habits made a huge impact on their liver health. you'll quickly see how making just one simple adjustment could ensure you're on the safer side. Ready to find out how easy it is to stay safe? Let's continue. 2. Seniors. 2 choices. Who protected their liver better? Meet Richard and Frank, both men in their 70s, both of whom enjoy snacking on nuts every day. Richard meticulously inspects every bag of nuts he buys, carefully examining them for signs of discoloration, mold, or shriveled kernels before enjoying them. Frank, on the other hand, assumes that all packaged nuts are equally safe and skips these extra precautions. Consider what's happening inside Frank's body without his knowledge. Aflatoxins, when ingested regularly through unnoticed contamination, silently invade his liver, causing inflammation and fibrosis over time. Older people like Frank, whose liver function naturally declines with age, are particularly vulnerable to these toxins, which can lead to serious complications, including liver cancer. Has Frank ever noticed mild abdominal discomfort, nausea, or unexplained fatigue? Probably, but like many older people, he probably dismissed it as just old age. Meanwhile, Richard remains energetic and symptom-free because his simple precaution of carefully checking his nuts has significantly reduced his exposure to aflatoxins. This silent danger is real, but so is your power to prevent it. Always choose nuts from trusted brands, carefully check each batch, and toss out anything suspicious. It's a small habit change, but it could protect your liver for years to come. If you recognize yourself or someone you know as having a habit like Frank's, comment 3 below. Being careful today could save you from health concerns in the future. 4. The storage mistake almost everyone makes. Do you keep your nuts in a pretty glass jar on your kitchen counter or countertop, thinking it's the best way to keep them fresh and accessible? Here's a gentle truth to know. That lovely jar may actually be turning into an invisible hazard. Warm temperatures, exposure to sunlight, and fluctuating humidity levels, all common conditions found right on your kitchen counter, are exactly the environments that aflatoxins-producing molds love. These microscopic fungi thrive silently, multiplying rapidly on nuts that appear completely normal to the naked eye. Especially for older adults, whose liver function naturally declines over time, this seemingly harmless storage habit can significantly increase the risk of hepatitis and chronic damage. Mild symptoms like unexpected weight loss, bloating, or mild dizziness when standing up could be signs that your body is struggling with these hidden toxins. The good news? A small, simple tweak can eliminate this potential risk. Instead of leaving your nuts on the counter, store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place like the refrigerator or pantry, away from heat and light. This easy change significantly reduces mold growth and aflatoxin contamination, protecting your liver health with minimal effort. If you've accidentally stored your nuts incorrectly, leave a 4 in the comments below. Let's make this simple change today, ensuring that every snack you enjoy is safe for your liver and your overall health. 5. The shocking numbers you need to see. Have you ever thought, surely contamination in nuts must be rare, right? Let me gently break the news. Recent scientific research paints a much more worrying picture. A global systematic review found significant aflatoxin contamination in commercially available nuts, with contamination rates as high as 32.8 micrograms/kg in peanuts, 39.4 micrograms/kg in pistachios, and even 22.2 micrograms/kg in walnuts, far exceeding the safety limits set by international health agencies. Why does this matter for older adults like you? Because even chronic exposure to low levels of these invisible toxins can cause ongoing inflammation and damage to your liver, increasing your risk of serious health conditions like cirrhosis and even liver cancer. If you notice small changes like darker urine, unexplained fatigue, or persistent digestive discomfort, These could be silent signals from your liver, crying for help. Here's the reassurance you deserve. Despite these alarming statistics, protecting yourself is entirely possible. Just buy nuts from trusted brands, carefully inspect them for any signs of mold or discoloration, and always store them properly, dry, airtight, and cool. These small habits alone can significantly reduce your risk. If these numbers make you jump, comment 5 below. Let's stay informed and safe, keeping those dangerous toxins out of our daily routine. Now, I understand hearing these alarming statistics about nut contamination might feel unsettling, but stay with me because there's very good news coming next. You don't need to avoid nuts altogether. In fact, protecting your liver and your health is easier than you might imagine. With just a few practical adjustments, you'll see exactly how simple it is to safely continue enjoying the nuts you love. Let me show you these reassuring steps now. 6. This is the safe. Right now, you may be feeling anxious, wondering whether it's safe to enjoy nuts after hearing about these potential dangers. But let me reassure you, you absolutely can and should keep eating nuts. They're packed with nutrients that benefit heart health, weight control, and even brain function. Here's the great news. Researchers have confirmed that with just a few easy, practical steps, you can significantly reduce your risk of aflatoxin by up to 90%. Simply buying nuts from reputable brands, discarding any that show obvious signs of mold or discoloration, and storing them properly can ensure you can safely enjoy all their amazing health benefits. Imagine feeling completely confident again, knowing that every handful of nuts you enjoy is nourishing your body, not silently harming it. Protecting yourself really is that simple. If this advice has given you peace of mind and helped you feel confident about enjoying nuts safely again, leave a 6 in the comments below. Together, let's make these small adjustments today, ensuring you maintain great liver health for years to come. Understanding labels, what older adults often overlook. Have you ever glanced at a product label and felt reassured because it said within safe limits or FDA approved? Most older adults do, but here's the gentle truth. Even clearly stated limits can be confusing if you don't fully understand them. Take aflatoxins, for example. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, acceptable levels of aflatoxins in food can range up to 20 parts per billion, ppb, depending on the product. However, studies show that even regular exposure to these acceptable levels can pose a real risk to older adults, whose liver function naturally declines over time. It's important to realize that these standards often represent general guidelines, not personalized safety measures tailored to older adults. Why is this important to you? Because your liver isn't as effective at detoxifying as it was a few decades ago. Regularly consuming products with aflatoxin levels near or at acceptable levels can silently lead to chronic hepatitis, cirrhosis, and even an increased risk of liver cancer without any obvious or immediate signs. But don't worry, you can easily take back control. Always double-check expiration dates. Favor products that have been tested to be below the official acceptable limit, and don't hesitate to contact the manufacturer directly if in doubt. A little extra care with labels can go a long way towards strengthening your liver's defenses. If this insight into reading labels surprises or reassures you, please comment 7 below. Let's arm ourselves with a clearer understanding, protecting our liver and our peace of mind for years to come. You see, sometimes it's not age that's quietly undermining your health. It's the hidden things, like invisible toxins in everyday snacks, that silently harm us. But you don't have to give up the simple joy of enjoying your favorite nuts. All you need is to know how to choose wisely, store correctly, and recognize subtle warnings early. Remember, it's not about living in fear. It's about making small, informed choices. Imagine waking up each day feeling energized, clear-headed, and confident, knowing you've done your part to protect your liver and your future. I understand you're probably watching this quietly right now, but think about this. What if your simple action today could protect another life, perhaps your own, or someone dear to you? Comment below if any of these warnings surprised you. Please share this important video with your loved ones, especially anyone over 60 who deserves a healthier, happier life. And don't forget to hit subscribe to the HEALZO channel, where each small tip carries the power to transform lives, bringing hope and lasting health every day.